What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is yours truly, Fitz. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And in today's video, we're going to cover the best Gen 5 Pokemon for the Ultra League. A still really fun league to participate in PvP battles. My personal favorite, to be honest, when there's no holds bars. And I picked up quite a few Pokemon here that I think, right off the bat initially, when I went through the Gen 5 Pokemon, I think will do well in the Ultra League just based off the stats. Let's figure out why or why not these Pokemon may not be that great in the Ultra League. Also, these may not be the only Pokemon that will succeed in the Ultra League. These are the ones, like I said, I picked out and I found. There could be several others. If there's more, put them in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. So first off, we're going to go with Zabriskie. Zabriskie, first off, main reason why was 2428 CP, which means you can max out this Pokemon and get a full stat total, especially if you have 100%, 211 attack, 136 defense, 181 stamina. It's only weak to ground. That's a huge deal. That's a really huge deal, actually. You don't come across very many ground types in the Ultra League, so that is a nice thing. And if we go to the moves, it gets even better. You can give it Spark, Discharge, Flame Charge. Now, you can give it Wild Charge. Discharge is going to give you more shield busting capabilities. Same thing with Flame Charge. Flame Charge is just really for coverage, to be honest, against other types you might see. Ice, like Articuno. Steel, like Steelix. Grass, like Venusaur. You know, and then perhaps give it Wild Charge instead for a one-hit KO. But if I was running it, I'd run Spark, Discharge, and Flame Charge. So Zabriskie is definitely primed and ready to dominate in the Ultra League. Again, the only thing that kind of stinks is its CP. You have to max it out. So just try to go for a lucky one. If you get a good IVs, it doesn't even have to be 100% maxing it out. It will be good for the Ultra League. Next up is Heatmore. This Pokemon is actually available right now, I think, for the western side of the world. Heatmore is a pretty good Pokemon. It's just a fire type. Again, same thing as Zabriskie. You can max it out, get 204 attack, 129 defense, 198 stamina. That is really good, the 198 stamina there. It's weak to ground, rock, and water. It resists quite a few things for just being a pure fire type. Now, the amazing thing about Heatmore is its movesets. Holy cow, is this Pokemon versatile. Obviously, Fire Spin is going to give you the most damage with Stab, and it's a really good PvP move with EPT, Energy Per Turn, and you can give it Power Up Punch, and the next move is up to you, because Power Up Punch boosts your attack by 10%. So, do you want to go with Flamethrower and do heavy damage, basically one-hit KO if the Pokemon's taking neutral damage, or do you want to go with Thunder Punch? Now, I personally would go with Power Up Punch and Flamethrower. The reason why, even though Thunder Punch would be a good type coverage, the reason why is Power Up Punch kind of has a dual purpose. First off, the first time you use it, if you're leading with this Pokemon, your opponent will probably use a shield, but that's okay. Then you get the 10% attack buff. But the thing is, it's a double use because 1, it can do damage, 2, it can bust shields, and actually 3, it gives you a 10% boost in attack. So Power Up Punch within itself is shield busting and a potential damage as well. And then once the shields are gone, you can come in with that one-hit KO with a Flamethrower. Now, like I said, you could use Thunder Punch. That's entirely up to you. Heatmore has fantastic stats, and I do believe it could succeed in the Ultra League. Next up is Throw. I picked this Pokemon mainly because of its stamina stat. Stamina is 260. The attack and defense is not too bad for the Ultra League, and it's a little over 2,500, so you can almost max this Pokemon out. It's weak to Fairy, Flying, and Psychic. Psychic you could come across. Flying you could come across with like Lugia. Fairy maybe with that would be Togekiss. Yep. Resistances. But let's look at the moves. This is something I actually haven't looked at yet. So we got Low Kick, Focus Blast, Body Slam, Low Sweep. So this is an interesting Pokemon. Low Kick has decent energy per turn. At least it's going to get Stab. It doesn't have incredible energy per turn, but it doesn't have poor energy per turn either. Zen Headbutt is kind of okay. Not really. It'd be good in the mirror matchup. But as far as the charge moves, Low Sweep and Body Slam, they're not bad. I don't think Throw is going to excel that much in the Ultra League based off what I'm seeing here, because Hariyama is a staple in the Ultra League. It is arguably the best fighting type attacker in the Ultra League, hands down. But I would have to test this Pokemon out. Right now I'm going to give it a big fat no, but it is possible to be a good Pokemon. I will have to test it out when it gets released. Next up, Seismitoad. Some people actually are really excited for this Pokemon to come out. I know a couple buddies that really like this Pokemon. Again, it's the same fate as the last one. Almost 2,500 CP max out, 188 attack, 150 defense, 233 stamina. So you'll almost get all these at 2,500. It's only weak to grass, so this is not something I'm going to bring in against a Venusaur. It will get shredded, but that is the only weakness. Now it's Mud Shot and Bubble. Holy cow, both insanely good quick moves. Use whichever one you want to cover what you want. And then it has Earth Power, Muddy Water, and Sludge Ball. So this Pokemon is actually fantastic. Muddy Water I would use for shield busting and just plain water attacking stab viability. You have to have Muddy Water for your shield busting, without a doubt. Earth Power is a very powerful move, and you could come across rock types, steel types, electric. These typings are quite common in the Ultra League, especially poison with Pokemon like Skuntank, Muck, doing heavy neutral damage against Venusaur. So Seismitoad looks fantastic, and because these fast moves are so good, quick moves, fast moves are so good in the energy gain department, powering up Earth Power is not going to take that long, especially not Muddy Water. So Seismitoad, A-OK, looks fantastic for the Ultra League. Next up is Mushara. Mushara, it has a little bit higher CP, and that's okay, because we've seen other Pokemon succeed in the Ultra League with having a high CP, like Giratin Altered Form. Yeah, the one that's out right now that can be shiny. I chose this Pokemon because it has a decent attack stat, decent defensive stat, but the stamina stat's really high, which means even at around 2,500 CP, the stamina stat is still going to be really high. It's weak to Bug, which you won't see too often, Dark, and Ghost. It resists Fighting and Psychic, which is fantastic, but let's see if it has the moves to back it up. And it looks like the answer is pretty much no. Charge Beam out of the two has the best energy gain per turn, and Psyshock is the best PvP move, arguably the best Psychic PvP move in the game, but that's only one move, so I don't know. You'd have to test this Pokemon out. I probably will not power it up. Honestly, Mushara looks to be a good gym defender. So this is a miniature Chansey, basically. This would be a good gym defender, so I'm giving a big fat no to Mushara. Next up's Gollurk. This is available now, and I chose Gollurk because it's kind of a little bit more well-rounded, even though over 2,500 CP. The attack stat should still be fairly high. Defense is obviously going to be low, but the stamina should be pretty good as well. It's weak to Dark, Ghost, Grass, Ice, and Water, so it's got a lot of weaknesses, but it's got a lot of severe resistances. Electric, Fighting, Normal, Poison. Those are severe resistances. That's fantastic. And I like the moves. I really do. Shadow Punch, Earth Power, Dynamic Punch. The one thing that sucks about Gollurk, and the only thing, is its quick moves. It's fast moves. But those charge moves are so fantastic for PvP. I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. This Pokemon flat out just needs to be tested. I need to battle a ton with this Pokemon in the Ultra League. Of course, you could throw it in simulators for PvPoke. That's fine. But my number one recommendation, no matter what, is to test these Pokemon yourself. I really want to test this Pokemon when I get it. I might even test it on the channel. Gollurk looks promising based off the charge moves alone, but those quick moves, So right now, this is in the neutral category. We'll have to see for Gollurk, but I really want to test this Pokemon. If you test Gollurk in the Ultra League, please let me know. But I know it's a little early right now to actually go over it in an extended type analysis with battles. Now, Jellison, I mean, need I say more? Not only can you max this Pokemon out, you're going to get a massive amount of stamina. With Dark, Electric, Ghost, and Grass being its weakness, and severely resisting Fighting a Normal, and a slew of other things as well. But does Jellison have the moves? Yes, it does. Hex and Bubble. Fantastic. Pick whichever one you want. No problem. Shadow Ball. fantastic. Bubble Beam, fantastic. You could run Ice Beam, but that would be your Dragon and flying counter, even Grass and Ground. Shadow Ball is going to do really heavy damage against your Dragon types. So personally, I'd go with Shadow Ball and Bubble Beam, but don't feel bad if you go with Ice Beam. It could be a good choice as well. So Jellison gets a yes. Next up is Crustle. I kind of just threw this one in here because I saw that the stats are pretty good and well-rounded for being around 2500 CP. So these stats are actually really high for the Ultra League. It's weak to Rock, Steel, and Water, and it resists Normal and Poison, but doesn't have the moves. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fury Cutter, without a doubt. No question. X-Scissor and Rock Slide I would go with, because you need a move. X-Scissor is going to be your shield busting move. Fantastic. Rock Slide is going to be your more damage given move. You could give it Rock Blast, and you'll get Rock Blast and X-Scissor almost at the same time. But Rock Blast does like 50 damage. Rock Slide is going to do more damage. And you already have a shield busting move, so I'd go with X-Scissor and Rock Slide. This looks okay. Crustle would need to be tested. All these Pokemon need to be tested. But I think Crustle gets it okay for the Ultra League. Absolutely. And then last but not least, a Selgor. I saw this Pokemon. I'm like, wow, that's a really high attack. That's a pretty good stamina, which kind of makes up for the poor defense. And you can max it out. I'm like, this is fantastic. It's only Bug, and it's weak to Fire, Flying, and Rock, and it resists Fighting, Grass, and Ground. But does it have the moves? Oh, wow. Interesting. So, Infestation, really good EPT. Acid actually is a decent move within itself. Acid Spray, we all know, is really good. Even if the opponent shields it, it will do 20% nerf defense on your opponent. But the problem with the next few moves are they take a while to charge up. I do believe Signal Beam charges up a little bit faster than Bug Buzz. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But Acid Spray, Signal Beam, this would be a setup Pokemon. This would be a suicide first off Pokemon that gets some Acid Sprays in, and then your second Pokemon you throw in does work. Does absolute work. Especially if it's a Pokemon that's going to counter 2 of your 3 Pokemon, which is random, obviously, in an open battle. But it could do work. So this could be a good setup Pokemon, and then have 2 finishing Pokemon. So there you guys have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you excited to use any of these in the Ultra League? Are there any other Pokemon that you think might succeed in the Ultra League? You don't even have to be 100% sure, but you can list some in the comment section down below. Let's have a discussion. Smash that like button, subscribe if you have done so already. Be a part of the Fitz City fam. We're almost at 2,200 subscribers, so I'd really like to hit that. So all you guys that are subscribed, thank you for the support. I guess I don't really say it enough, but it truly means a lot to me. I said the boy Fitz City, I'm signing off. See you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.